Hello, and welcome back to Slumberly, children's bedtime stories and meditations. Tonight's story is designed to make bedtime a dream. So, get really comfy, snuggle under your blanket, and let's begin. This is the story of Kai, the little koala. Kai was not just any koala. She lived high up in a eucalyptus tree in the middle of a glowing jungle. But what made her special wasn't just her fluffy ears, or her soft brownish-gray fur, or even her round, shiny nose. What made her special was how much she loved the night sky. While most animals were getting ready to curl up and sleep, Kai always peeked her head out from her cozy tree hollow, her big eyes shining like tiny moons so she could watch the stars twinkle above. One night, the moon rose slowly over the treetops. It was big, round, and glowing softly like a friendly lantern in the sky. The stars glittered all around it, sparkling like diamonds scattered across a dark, velvety blanket. Kai gasped quietly, her little paws clutching the branch. "Oh, it's so beautiful," she whispered. She loved how the night always looked a little different. Some nights, the moon was thin and shy. Other nights, it was bold and bright, like tonight. But the stars, oh, the stars always made her heart flutter. As Kai snuggled into a pillow she had made from soft leaves, she blinked slowly, her eyelids heavy. And then something magical began to happen. The stars above shimmered even brighter, and one by one they began to stretch into glowing shapes. A star shaped like a heart, a star shaped like a little eucalyptus tree, and then a star shaped just like a tiny koala. Kai's eyes widened with wonder. Was she dreaming already, or were the stars really talking to her? A gentle breeze rustled through the branches, wrapping her in a silver shimmer of moonlight. It felt like the whole sky was telling her, "Come dream with us." And before she knew it, Kai drifted into sleep, but not just ordinary sleep. No, this was a magical, glowing dream. In her dream, Kai floated up from her tree, higher and higher, her little body glowing like starlight. She drifted onto a soft, fluffy cloud that carried her gently through the sky. The cloud was like the softest pillow she had ever touched, cradling her, rocking her, keeping her safe. As she floated, she looked down. The jungle below sparkled under the moon. The rivers shimmered like ribbons of silver. The flowers opened and glowed with gentle light, and the fireflies danced like tiny stars of their own. Up she drifted, until the moon was right in front of her. But the moon wasn't just glowing tonight. It had turned into a giant cozy pillow, round, bright, and soft. The moon whispered gently, "Come rest here, little one." So Kai curled up on the moon, her fluffy ears resting against its glow, her paws hugging her leafy pillow. She felt safe, warm, and deeply, deeply calm. Above her, the stars continued their show. A shooting star zipped across the sky, then another and another, like gentle fireworks just for her. Each one left a sparkling trail, and soon the whole sky seemed to be painting patterns just for Kai. Swirls, spirals, hearts, and trees. The stars danced and twinkled in perfect harmony. Kai yawned softly. The stars seemed to yawn back, pulsing gently with light. The moon hummed a song, and the clouds wrapped themselves like blankets around her. Her body grew heavier and heavier until she was floating in the sweetest, dreamiest sleep. And in that moment, Kai learned something important. She realized that just like the stars, she didn't need to be big or loud or fast to shine. Even small, sleepy koalas can light up the night just by being themselves. So, if you ever feel small, remember the stars. They twinkle softly, quietly, and yet they fill the whole sky with light. And you, just like them, are already enough, exactly as you are. Now let's help our bodies drift into the same peaceful rest as Kai. Close your eyes, breathe in slowly, and breathe out gently. Feel your arms grow heavy. Feel your legs relax. Feel your whole body sink into the warmth of your bed. Imagine the stars above, twinkling just for you. Imagine the moon smiling down, casting a gentle glow across your dreams. Imagine floating on a soft, fluffy cloud, safe and calm, drifting wherever your dreams want to take you. You are safe, you are loved, and you are ready for a deep, magical sleep. Good night, little star. Tonight's bedtime story is called The Tiny Panda. Hello, and welcome back to tonight's bedtime story, a tale to help you relax, snuggle down, and drift into the sweetest of dreams. So get cozy, take a deep breath in, and let's begin. Nina was a panda, but not just any panda. She was the tiniest panda in the whole Bamboo Valley. Most pandas were round and fluffy, rolling about like big soft balls of fur. But Nina was small, light on her paws, and could slip between bamboo stalks like a shadow. She often wondered, when I grow big and fluffy like the others, will everyone still call me Tiny? Her mama always said, "You can be called whatever you want, Nina. What matters most is being happy as you are." Still, Nina wished she could do the same things the bigger pandas could do, like reach the juiciest bamboo leaves at the very top, or make a big splash in the pond. Instead, Nina sat at the bottom of the bamboo stalks, munching on the smallest shoots. They were tasty, but she longed for something more. One sunny morning, Nina heard a rustling sound in the forest. "Help! Help me!" cried a squeaky little voice. Nina followed the sound and discovered a bright blue butterfly trapped in a spider's web. "Oh dear," said Nina. She carefully nibbled at the sticky threads, chewing and tugging until the butterfly was free. The butterfly fluttered her wings with joy. "Thank you, little panda. My name is Luma. You saved me." Nina blushed. "Oh, it was nothing. I may be tiny, but I'm happy to help." "Tiny?" Luma tilted her head. "You seem pretty mighty to me." Nina smiled at the kind words. For once, being small didn't feel so bad. As the days passed, Nina and Luma became good friends. They played hide and seek in the tall grass, splashed in the river, and chased fireflies beneath the stars. But one afternoon, a strong wind swept through the valley. It shook the bamboo and carried Luma, the butterfly, high into the air. "Ah! Nina, help!" cried Luma. The other pandas were too big and heavy to weave through the shaking stalks, but Nina was small enough to slip between the bending bamboo. She dashed, leapt, and climbed with speed, until at last she reached the very top. There was Luma, clinging to a leaf that trembled in the wind. "I've got you," Nina said bravely. She scooped Luma onto her paw and guided her back to safety. When the storm finally passed, Luma fluttered her wings and laughed. "You saved me again!" "See, Nina, being tiny is wonderful. You can do things no one else can." Nina beamed with pride. For the first time, she wasn't wishing to be bigger. She was happy to be exactly who she was. That night, Nina curled up in her cozy den. She yawned, her belly full of bamboo, her heart full of courage, and her mind drifting into dreams. Now, as you snuggle into your own bed, take a deep breath in and out. Feel your body getting heavier, just like Nina curling into her den. You are safe, you are loved, and just like Nina, you are already enough, exactly as you are. Good night. Slumberly, children's bedtime stories and meditations. Tonight's story is made to carry you into the coziest of dreams. So snuggle under your blanket, get really comfy, and let's begin. This is the story of Pippin the little penguin. But Pippin wasn't just any penguin. He wore a midnight blue cloak that shimmered with tiny silver stars and a tall magician's hat that glowed with golden runes. While most penguins love to play in the snow by day, Pippin loved the quiet of the night. When the moon rose over the icy cliffs and the auroras painted the sky with swirls of green and violet, Pippin would waddle out into the stillness. His cloak glittered as though stitched from constellations, and his little staff glowed gently, like it carried a piece of starlight inside. "Oh, how beautiful the night is," Pippin whispered, his round eyes reflecting the stars above. Some nights the moon was thin and shy, a soft crescent hiding behind the clouds. Other nights it was bold and round, a glowing lantern that lit up the frozen sea. And always, always, the stars made Pippin's heart flutter. One quiet evening, as the snow drifted softly around him, something magical began to happen. The stars overhead began to twinkle brighter. One by one, they stretched into glowing shapes. A star shaped like a snowflake, a star shaped like a tall pine tree, and then a star shaped just like a little penguin in a cloak. Pippin gasped, his flippers clutching his staff. "Are the stars talking to me?" he whispered. The cold wind curled around him like silver ribbons, and the aurora shimmered as if it were answering, "Come, dream with us." Before Pippin knew it, his cloak fluttered gently and lifted him upward. He rose higher and higher, glowing like starlight. The snowy ground sparkled below him, the icy rivers shone like silver ribbons, and the sleeping seals and owls glowed softly in the moonlight. Pippin drifted onto a fluffy cloud, so soft it felt like the coziest pillow in the world. The cloud carried him gently, rocking like a cradle, higher and higher, until the moon was right in front of him. But tonight, the moon wasn't just glowing. It had turned into a giant, round, shining pillow. The moon hummed softly and whispered, "Come rest here, little one." So Pippin curled up on its glow, his cloak wrapped warmly around him, his hat slipping slightly over his eyes. He felt safe, warm, and deeply calm. Above him, the stars began their show. A shooting star zipped across the sky, then another and another, each leaving a sparkling trail behind. The sky painted swirls, spirals, and glowing shapes, as though the whole universe was putting on a show just for Pippin. The aurora flickered brighter, its colors weaving like ribbons around the stars. The night grew quieter, the snowflakes drifting slower, as though the whole world was rocking Pippin to sleep. He yawned softly. The stars seemed to yawn back, pulsing with gentle light. The clouds tucked themselves like blankets around him, and the moon hummed a lullaby only the night could sing. And in that moment, Pippin learned something important. He realized that just like the stars, he didn't need to be loud or fast to shine. Even a small penguin with a gentle heart could light up the night. So if you ever feel small, remember the stars. They twinkle softly, quietly, and yet they fill the whole sky with light. And you, just like them, are already enough, exactly as you are. Now, let's help our bodies drift into the same peaceful rest as Pippin. Close your eyes. Take a slow, gentle breath in and breathe out softly. Feel your arms grow heavy. Feel your legs relax. Feel your whole body sink into the warmth of your bed. Imagine the stars twinkling above, painting shapes in the night sky just for you. Imagine the moon glowing softly, like a giant pillow smiling down on your dreams. Imagine floating on a fluffy cloud, safe, calm, and free. You are safe, you are loved, and you are ready for a deep, magical sleep. Good night, little star. Hello, and welcome back to Slumberly, children's bedtime stories and meditations. Tonight, we'll drift together into a gentle tale about Nola, a story filled with starlight, wonder, and the magic of dreams. So take a slow breath in and a soft breath out. Pull your blanket close, feel safe and warm, and let your mind float into the calm night sky. Tonight's story is about a very special giraffe named Nola. Nola was not an ordinary giraffe. While the other giraffes in the savannah blended into the golden grasses, Nola had little pale freckles along her neck that glowed faintly under the moonlight. The animals often teased her, calling her the glowing giraffe, but Nola didn't mind too much. She secretly loved the stars and wondered if, perhaps, the sky had sprinkled its stardust onto her. Every night, while the others slept, Nola would wander to the quiet meadow and gaze up at the twinkling sky. She stretched her long neck higher and higher, wishing she could reach just a little further maybe. One night, she could touch a star. One evening, when the moon was full and silver, Nola noticed a soft shimmer drifting down from above. It wasn't a firefly, nor was it falling rain. It was a star, slipping gently toward the earth. Nola gasped. The star floated closer until it rested delicately on the tip of her nose. "Hello, Nola," whispered the star in a voice as soft as wind chimes. "You've been watching us every night. Would you like to join us in the sky?" Nola's eyes sparkled. "Oh yes, more than anything," the star laughed, a warm, golden sound. "Then climb aboard." Nola's eyes widen, her pupils dilating as the otherworldly glow approaches. The light floats like a feather, guided by an unseen breeze, drawing ever closer. Nola's freckles pulse faintly, mirroring the gentle light descending from above. As twilight fades, a final star descends, drawn to Nola as if by destiny. The star's light kisses her nose, bathing her in a soft, golden glow. Her eyes widen, reflecting the star's radiant light. Startled by the celestial touch, the meadow holds its breath, anticipating an unknown fate as the night deepens. From the shadows, a voice calls out, breaking the silence. "Hello, Nola." She rose slowly, gently, as though carried by clouds, until she was among the stars. Up there, the sky was alive. Stars danced in patterns. Comets painted trails of silver, and whole constellations stretched and yawned as though waking from dreams. Nola giggled, her long neck weaving between the stars like a ribbon. As the meadow whispers secrets to the stars, Nola's dreams take flight, soaring towards an infinite horizon. Under the starlit expanse, a melody of golden laughter echoes. Beneath her, the ground begins to shimmer, light as a dream. She ascends slowly, gracefully rising towards the heavens. Clouds embrace her legs as she lifts off, ethereal and free. Then climb aboard. Nola ascends into the night, the savannah sprawling beneath her like a quilt of moonlight and shade. the trees below shrink into miniature forms, their details fading into the vast expanse. Stars begin to emerge, their light intensifying as if drawn closer by her ascent. A comet blazes across the horizon, painting a fleeting stroke of cosmic fire. As Nola giggles softly, Nola is guided by the stars, lost in the vast expanse of the night sky. Constellations swirl around her, taking the forms of giant lions, ships, and birds, each a living beacon in the cosmos. Her freckles sparkle with delight as she witnesses the celestial dance. She weaves through the constellations, a celestial navigator, charting her own course. The stars illuminate her path, each twinkle a step forward into the unknown. Surrounded by the silent symphony of the universe, Nola continues her journey among the stars. In the silent expanse of space, Nola dances among the stars, her movements painting patterns of light. A tiny giraffe of twinkling starlight appears, a whimsical companion in the cosmic ballet. Laughter echoes through the cosmos, a feeling of belonging washing over me as I join the celestial dance. The stars themselves seem to embrace me, welcoming me into their infinite, luminous embrace. Nola floats serenely, her freckles mirroring the distant stars in the vast expanse of space. She drifts weightlessly, becoming one with the cosmic ballet around her. The sky transforms into a breathing entity, enveloping Nola in its celestial embrace. The stars dance around her, their light reflecting in her wide, wonder-filled eyes. She sways gently, finally feeling at home among the stars. No longer too different, gazing down, Nola sees the small savanna, a sense of connection washing over her. Despite the vast distance, she reaches out, her fingers gently brushing past the twinkling lights of distant stars. Her freckles begin to pulse with a soft internal light, mirroring the starlight around her. She closes her eyes, feeling a profound sense of unity with both the giraffe and the starlight, a creature of two worlds, bathed in the ethereal glow of space. She embodies the harmony between terrestrial and celestial realms. In the vast expanse of space, Nola stares up at a sweeping arc of stars, her eyes mirroring the distant galaxies. Her breath mists in the cold vacuum as she finds her footing on trails of starlight. Comets streak past, bursting into showers of silver dust, glittering around Nola. A voice echoes from the cosmos, beckoning. Come, there's more to see. The trails of starlight brighten, inviting Nola towards the unknown. Bathed in cosmic twilight, Nola floats weightlessly through the star-strewn void. Young stars, like gilded songbirds, dance around her, their light illuminating her skin. The stars alight upon Nola's freckles, their gentle touch igniting a celestial symphony. Guiding star's voice echoes through the cosmos, revealing the magic that dwells within Nola. They like you, Nola. They can feel the stardust in you. Against the endless night, space awakens with a celestial ballet, stars shifting in cosmic pirouettes. A constellation takes the form of a bear, lazily rolling onto its back, paws stretching into the void. A voice echoes through the cosmos as the guiding star speaks with certainty. Every light has its place, Nola, just as yours does. Her words resonate in the silent expanse, a gentle reminder that every light holds its own significance. In the vast expanse of space, Nola's eyes widen as a cluster of stars begins to stir. Before her, the stars coalesce into a colossal doorway of pure light. Without hesitation, Nola steps forward, drawn into the luminous gateway. The air crackles around her, reality bending as she passes through. Under the cloak of night, she steps into the star meadow, where the grass glows with an otherworldly light. The night sky descends, drawing closer as the air shimmers with ethereal beauty. A voice echoes through the meadow. The sky mirrors what you love on earth. The voice continues, soft and guiding. That's why there's a meadow for you, bathed in starlight. She is home, under the starlit sky. The star tree illuminates the meadow, its branches heavy with glowing fruits. Fruits of light detach and fall, mirroring the stars above. Nola, filled with childlike wonder, reaches out and catches a fallen star. Holding it delicately, she places the luminous fruit on her tongue, her eyes widening as she savors the taste of sweet morning dew. Star Meadow transforms into a sea of starlight, its ethereal glow guiding Nola's cautious steps. Beneath her, constellation fish dart and leap with joyous abandon, their celestial forms weaving through the stardust. Nola pauses, her neck bending as she gazes in fascination at the playful dance of the constellation fish. She watches, spellbound, as the constellation fish leap and twirl. Each leap is a spark of joy, each twist a celestial ballet. In this magical realm, Nola finds herself captivated by the beauty and wonder of Star Meadow. Under the cloak of night, Nola stands on Star Meadow, her gaze drawn to ethereal creatures. The creatures' eyes mirror the cosmos above, their light sparking an otherworldly connection within Nola. A sense of belonging washes over her, transcending earthly and celestial divides. Little Star whispers a profound revelation. They are the dreams of the ocean, come to play in the sky. Under the cloak of night, she ventures into Star Meadow, where the starlight intensifies, guiding her path deeper into the unknown. Stars, no longer mere specks, materialize into tangible forms, weaving energy into celestial tapestries. Drawn by the ethereal allure, they beckon her closer, inviting her to partake in their cosmic artistry. With graceful motion, she extends her long neck, lending herself to the creation of intricate patterns. The tapestries shimmer with otherworldly beauty, their reflections dancing in her wide, curious eyes. Nola floats in the vast expanse of space, her gaze fixed on the faint, shimmering image of the savannah. She understands that home transcends physical boundaries, becoming a feeling etched in her soul. The warmth of belonging shields her from the cold vacuum as she drifts among the stars. She continues her journey, carrying home within her as she soars into the unknown. In the silent void, a tiny star beckons, guiding Nola through the endless night. A shimmering reflection appears, not of flesh, but of pure stardust, capturing Nola's essence. The stardust reflection smiles, a silent understanding passing between Nola and the cosmos. Nola understands. She has become a part of the cosmos. She drifts in the quiet corner of the inky expanse. Nola is one with the stars, shining as bright as the stars themselves. Nola floats weightlessly in the vast expanse of space, her freckles mirroring the distant stars. She twirls gracefully among the constellations, a celestial dancer in the cosmic ballet. Her radiant smile reflects the boundless wonders of the universe unfolding before her. She drifts further into the inky black, ready to embrace the endless possibilities of the cosmos. In the vast expanse of space, the guiding star emits a soft, fading light, preparing to relinquish its eternal watch. Nola, shimmering with nascent energy, gazes upon the guiding star with anticipation, ready to embrace her destiny. The guiding star whispers its final words. You are now a guardian of the sky, Nola. Use your light to guide others to their true home. A celestial breeze whispers around Nola, carrying the weight of her impending responsibility and the promise of her eternal watch. Nola smiles, ready to embrace her new role and shine her light for eternity. You are safe in your cozy bed. You are loved, so very loved. Your body is soft and relaxed. You are light, like a fluffy cloud. You are ready for sweet, happy sleep. Good night, little dreamer. Hello and welcome back to tonight's bedtime story, a gentle tale to help you relax, snuggle down, and drift into the sweetest of dreams. So get cozy, take a deep breath in, and let's begin. Tonight's bedtime story is about a wise brown owl named Grandmother Ori, who lived high in an ancient oak tree at the edge of the forest. Ori was no ordinary owl. Her feathers were soft shades of brown and gold, with streaks of silver that shimmered whenever the moonlight touched them. Her eyes, wide and amber, seemed to hold the glow of the stars themselves. Grandmother Ori loved the quiet of the night, while the younger owls busied themselves with playful flights and curious chatter. Ori preferred to perch on her favorite branch, gazing at the sky. She had lived many, many years, and with each year she collected stories of the moon, the stars, and the secrets of the forest. One evening, as the wind hummed softly through the leaves and the world settled into a hush, the young owls fluttered to her side. "Grandmother Ori," they asked, "tell us a story of the stars." Ori blinked slowly, her wings stretching in a graceful sweep. She loved sharing her tales. "Very well, my little ones," she said, her voice low and soothing. "I will tell you about the night when the moon gave us her gift." The owlets nestled closer, their tiny feathers brushing against hers. Ori began. Long ago, before the forest was filled with light, the night sky was bare and dark. The moon hung all alone, round and glowing, but lonely in her endless sky. She longed for companions, something to brighten the darkness with her. The owlets listened with wide eyes. One night, Ori continued, the moon shed tears of silver light, but instead of falling to the earth, those tears rose and scattered across the heavens, glowing like little sparks. And that, my darlings, is how the stars were born, each one a gift from the moon, so she would never be lonely again. The young owls gasped softly, tilting their heads upward. The stars above seemed to twinkle brighter, as though winking at them. Grandmother Ori lifted her wings. "Would you like to see them closer?" she asked. The owlets chirped eagerly. With a gentle hoot, she guided them into the cool night air. Together they rose above the trees, wings outstretched, the forest falling away beneath them. The higher they flew, the more the stars revealed themselves. Some glowed steady and strong. Others flickered shyly, peeking out from the dark velvet sky. Ori pointed with her wing. There is the archer drawing his bow, and there is the great bird spreading its wings. And over there, the river of light where the stars flow together like silver water. The owlets' hearts filled with wonder. They felt as though they were flying not through the air, but among dreams. When they grew tired, Ori led them back to the oak. She tucked her wings around them, her feathers warm and soft as a blanket. The owlets nestled close, their eyelids growing heavy. "Remember," Ori whispered, her voice like the rustle of leaves, "whenever you feel alone, look to the stars. They are the moon's reminder that no one is ever truly alone in the night." The forest grew still. The owlets drifted into sleep, dreaming of starry skies and gentle flights, while Grandmother Ori kept watch, her amber eyes glowing like lanterns in the dark. And above them, the stars twinkled, a gift from the moon, shining for all who dreamed below. Tonight's bedtime story is called The Sleepy Glowworm. This is the story of a little glowworm named Luma who lived deep, deep inside a peaceful forest where the leaves whispered to each other at night and the stars seemed to lean closer just to listen. Now, Luma wasn't just any glowworm. Oh no, she had the brightest, shiniest little light in the whole meadow. A tiny lantern that sparkled at the tip of her tail. When she was happy, it shimmered like warm honey. When she was excited, it twinkled like the very first star in the evening sky. But there was just one teeny tiny problem. Luma loved to stay up far too late. Instead of curling up in her mossy bed like all the other glowworms, she would flutter around the forest, shining her light on the river, the trees, and yes, even the owls who were already dozing in their nests. Sometimes one of the owls would give her a very slow, very sleepy blink, as if to say, Luma, it's bedtime. But she would just giggle and flit away. And so, when morning came, poor Luma was always yawning. Her wings drooped, her blinks grew slow, and her glow would sometimes flicker like a lantern running low on oil. One sunny morning, her best friend, a rabbit named Nori, hopped over. Nori had the softest fur, the kind you just knew would make the coziest pillow. She tilted her head, her long ears flopping to one side, and said, "Luma, you look so sleepy. Even your glow is flickering." Luma sighed a little, "I know, Nori. I want to sleep, really I do, but I just can't stop glowing at night." Nori twitched her nose, thinking. Her whiskers wiggled, her ears swiveled this way and that, as if listening for an idea floating in the air. Finally, she nodded to herself. "I know what might help," she said kindly. "Follow me." So off they went, the little glowworm and the rabbit, padding softly along a winding path. The forest around them was waking up. The breeze rustled the leaves with a soft shh. A family of crickets sang their cheerful chirp, 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 and somewhere far away, a woodpecker tapped a slow, sleepy rhythm against a tree. They passed under archways of ferns and between tall flowers that smelled faintly of vanilla and honey. Nori paused every now and then to let Luma catch up, and once she even stopped so they could watch a hedgehog roll over in its little bed of leaves, murmuring something in its sleep. They both smiled. At last they reached a quiet clearing. Here the grass grew tall, swaying gently as if it were breathing in and out. Scattered among the grass were tiny silver mushrooms, each one glowing faintly like a little star fallen from the sky. "Here," whispered Nori, "is the meadow of slow breathing. When the wind passes through the grass, It teaches us how to rest. Luma tilted her head. It does sound like a lullaby, she said softly. She listened. She could hear the grass swaying in and out, in and out. A rhythm so gentle it seemed to wrap itself around her like a blanket. She closed her little eyes and began to copy the sound, breathing in slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out gently. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her bright light began to dim, not sadly, but softly, like a candle at bedtime. Nori curled beside her in the grass. "See?" she whispered. "You can shine and rest at the same time. Your glow can guide you into sweet dreams." Luma smiled, the tiniest, sleepiest smile. She imagined floating above the meadow on a ribbon of moonlight. She imagined stars winking at her and clouds drifting past like giant pillows in the sky. With every breath in, she felt lighter. With every breath out, she felt calmer. The silver mushrooms twinkled gently. The tall grass swayed in slow motion, and somewhere in the distance, a nightingale sang a note so soft it was almost part of the wind. Soon, Luma's glow was steady, gentle, peaceful. Her eyelids grew heavy, and the glowworm who could never fall asleep finally did. The forest grew quiet, the grass swayed, the stars sparkled, and the wind whispered, "Shh, rest now."